Hi kids, it's Grumpy. Let's read a book. Hi kids, it's Grumpy, and we're here to read a story again. We have another VeggieTales adventure. This one's called Bob and Larry in the Case of the Messy Sleepover. And this is by Karen Poff. This is one of the Zonder Kids books, the level 1 I can read. Let's see. This is about a lesson in being responsible. Percy Pea and his friends decided to have a sleepover. It all sounded fun until things got out of hand and someone made a huge mess. Will anyone take responsibility for it? Let's find out. Okay. Like I said, this is a Zonder Kids level 1 I can read. Bob and Larry in the Case of the Messy Sleepover. Look, they got a pillow and probably have a pillow fight. Here's Bob and Larry. My name is Detective Larry. This is my partner Bob. We solve mysteries. Sometimes our jobs are very messy. Here is one of our stories. Oh, the badger. Ring, ring. The phone rang early in the morning. It was Madame Blueberry. She was babysitting and she had a big mess. There's Miss Blueberry. Bob and Larry and the telephone. How do they get that telephone to just hang there in the air like that since they don't have hands? Strange. Oh, it looks like Bob and Larry got to her house and he's showing her his badge. We went to Madame Blueberry's house. Good morning, I said. I introduced my stuffed badger. Why did you bring that? Bob asked. You have a badge, I said. So I brought my badger. That makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, Larry's writing stuff down without his hands. Madame Blueberry told her story. Percy Pea and his friends spent the night last night, she said. This morning their room was a mess, she said. No one will help me clean it up. Nobody? That's just crazy. We went upstairs. Pancakes, clothes, and syrup were all over the floor. Look, a sock, syrup, other stuff. The boys were on the bed. They were watching TV. There's Bob and Larry in the bed. Look, drawers are pulled out. There's clothes just hanging out the sides. How crazy. Okay. Lenny Carrot was sitting alone. He looked sad. You know who made this mess? Bob asked. No one said a thing. I made a note of that. Larry's taking good notes. Yes, he is. That's why he has that notepad and a pen or pencil. And they all have hats on. So that's important. Suddenly, Lenny spoke. Percy made the mess, he said. He spilled syrup and threw clothes all over. Wow. Didn't take long for him to break. Wonder if it's the truth. Wait a minute, Percy said. I didn't make this mess. Harold and Joe did it. They had a pillow fight, Percy said. They made the mess. Uh-oh, they're starting to blame each other for everything. Where's the pillow? You think that's true? You think that's true? I didn't, Harold said. Lenny and Percy did it. No, Lenny and Harold did it, Joe said. Uh-oh, they're starting to get angry, and there's some syrup dripping on the floor. That's going to be a sticky mess. Especially if it's carpet, huh? You think if you get syrup on the carpet, it'll make a mess? Probably. Okay. There's Larry. Everybody looks mad at each other. Suddenly, Joe hit Harold with a pillow. Then Lenny threw a pillow at Percy. Soon the boys were fighting. The mess was getting bigger. How big can a mess get? I don't know, boys. What do you think? Can it get pretty messy? All right. Percy squirted syrup at Lenny. Harold squirted Joe. The pillows broke open. Feathers flew everywhere. It was bad. Wow, that's going to be one heck of a mess. And who has pillows that has feathers in them? These are old-fashioned. All right, back to the story. Here's Bob. Stop it, Bob said. God wants us to be helpful. They were not being helpful. They were not even being nice. Then it happened. I'm sorry, Harold said. I'm sorry too, Percy said. Look, they're all sad now. This is a huge mess. And they're probably going to have to clean it up. What do you think? I forgive you, said Madame Blueberry. Let's clean it up together. Well, that's a good way to do it. Everybody can pitch in. Once the room was clean, we had to clean the boys, because look at them, they have feathers all over them and probably sticky from all that syrup. But the room is nice and clean now. That's nice. We all went outside and played in the sprinkler. It was the perfect way to clean up. It sure is, especially if it was summer. I mean, if it was winter and you're outside with a sprinkler, I don't think that's a good idea. You might get a little cold. Sometimes that happens. All right. Everyone played all day. Even my badger had fun. Looks like the badger's getting wet too. He probably needed a bath. There's some more Zonder Kids books. We're working our way in, getting them all in there read. Okay, and now we're at the back cover. There's the UPC. So, that was another good book. And, oh, I just now noticed that's a piece of pizza. Fatrobzpizza. Pizza's some good stuff. I'm telling you. I think even all my boys like pizza. And that little girl might eventually. Okay, kids. That's the end of this book. So, everyone, be excellent.